Hello, thank you for watching. Very strong showing last week with the lobster roll. We are going to continue with seafood. This time it's going to be salmon. We are going to do a salmon rillette. It's the equivalent of pulled pork if you want, with salmon. You need to see the way it's done. So for this recipe, this is what we need. We need fresh salmon, as you can see here, smoked salmon, and then we're going to make a courbouillon. Courbouillon is a short bouillon. The bouillon to cook the salmon. We are going to use water, white wine, parsley, shallot, and of course a little bit of sea salt. Then when the salmon is cooked, we are going to blend it with the smoked salmon. We are going to add some mayonnaise. I'm using Kewpie mayonnaise, which is a Japanese mayonnaise. Is more eggy than a regular mayonnaise. Is also softer in texture. Unless you want to make your own mayonnaise, you can do that as well. Maybe that will be a topic for another class. We are going to do a little bit of chives in it, a little bit of lemon juice as well. And then for the garnish, we are going to use some salmon caviar, and we are going to use also a little bit of chervil. If you don't have chervil, not a big deal, you can put some chives or parsley or even nothing. And then we're going to serve that with some little melba toast. So here we bake our own bread, and we are going to cut it very thin like this. If you have a meat slicer, it's easier, and then you just put a little bit of drizzle of olive oil and bake it in the oven at about 350. So this is what we are right there. So we are going to start with making the courbouillon.
Guy, you don't have your chef jacket on today.
No, because I thought with the color of the salmon I should match. Okay, so let me show you. Now you see your courbouillon is boiling. All right. So here we have the white wine, we have the water, we have the shallot, the parsley, and the sea salt. Now you see the cut of salmon I'm using. Don't use anything expensive. Here, because at the restaurant we use a lot of salmon, so I use the best part of the salmon for the customer, and then I'm left with the bellies and the tail. So this is the belly part of the salmon. As you can see, this is very oily, okay, very fat. Okay, so we put our salmon here, and here I have the piece of the tail. So this is a piece of the tail, right, combined with the belly part. So I put everything here. And the best way to cook this salmon is very simple. You see, it's still boiling. Shut off the heat, okay, and let your salmon simply simmer with no heat underneath for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to remove it, and we're going to put it in the fridge to cool down for another 10 minutes before we can do the rillette. Okay, here we are back. My daughter Mariah joined us this time instead of my wife, okay? And as you can see, the salmon is cooked. There is still a little bit of the parsley and pieces of shallot to be removed. We do that in a minute. And you see the smoked salmon. The problem with some of the smoked salmon, it comes with this little black part that is on the back of the salmon. Usually I prefer to remove it, okay, because it really doesn't look cool in the rillette, okay. So I'm going to remove this part, and of course the dog is here. She's always interested to see what's going on when I remove something that we cannot really hit, She's up to that, I'm sure.
What is it? Is it actually like a fattier part of the salmon?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. See, very easy to do. I have one more piece here. That's it. So, and of course, there's different qualities of salmon as well. Okay. So here we're going to cut that in little julienne if you want, like so. And then we are going to put it in our food processor. Oh, I think I hear a baby waking up, no? He's waking up from his nap.
Yeah, I think he's waking up from his nap. We'll get him in a minute.
So you see those pieces of salmon, the way we cook the salmon is that we cook it with the heat off, and like this the salmon stays well together. It does not break apart, it's just wonderful. So we make sure we clean up those pieces of salmon of all of the shallots and the parsley that is left over. So you see. Same thing with this salmon. When I clean it, I remove the black part already on those ones. So here we are. Now you see, you can see that the salmon is really fully cooked. It's perfect. So I remember when you were a child, a small child, you just love salmon. You smoked salmon especially, and of course salmon caviar. That's what we're going to use for the garnish.
Yes, I Smoked salmon is one of my favorite foods, and so is salmon caviar. And I have passed along the love to my son Alex, who is just as
And the dog.
and the dog as
Yeah,
much
yeah.
in love as I am with it.
So here we're going to pulse. So gently. Because the beauty of the salmon rillette is that if you keep some of the pieces not too small, okay, you don't want to make it into a puree. Huh?
Right.
So
Okay.
then the second thing we're going to do is to add our chives. Huh? Okay. Then we're going to add the mayonnaise. As I mentioned before, you know, the Japanese mayonnaise. You see, it's very soft.
Could you make it without a Cuisinart, or could you just kind of mix it together?
You could. I mean, you could with a fork just smash the whole thing together. But in that case, you have to cut the smoked salmon very, very, very tiny.
Very tiny. Okay.
So here, little bit of fresh pepper and lemon juice. Okay, you need the lemon juice. But I'm telling you one thing. I'm not going to put everything because it is not good to be too lemony. Okay, so I'm going to put. I always can add more if I need. Okay. And here you do the same thing again. You pulse gently. That's it. 2-3 times. That's it. So then we remove. That's it. Let me see. Now, there is a restaurant in New York called Le Bernardin, which is probably one of the best restaurants, not only in New York but in the world. And they serve a salmon rillette similar to this one, and they serve it when people sit down before they are going to have their meal. They serve it since the day they open, and I think they opened back in the early 80s. And every day at Le Bernardin, this is a dish that you have. So we wish for them to come back very quickly because we miss those rillettes. I'm telling you.
So it's like an amuse-bouche?
Yeah, it is an amuse-bouche. So here I'm going to take a bowl.
Do you want to hold it?
No, it will be fine. You see. No, it's not a puree. Huh? Don't forget that. It's just basically smashed. You know, before when we started the video, I was talking about the pulled pork. The pulled pork is not a puree of pork. It's just pulled like this, you know.
It's shredded,
so
yeah.
it's shredded. It's the same idea.
Same idea.
Yeah. So
Fun.
okay, so welcome back. Elmo and Alex are up. Okay, so we are going to finish our dish because I told you before it's something that they both like. Mariah and her son like caviar. So we're going to put first. Actually, we're going to put the caviar first. So we're going to put caviar right on the top. What do you think, Alex? Good idea? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? More? What's that? Oh, more. All right, so 1 minute, we're going to finish. So then we're going to add the chervil, you know, it will garnish. And here we have our melba toast. Look at that, look. Here it goes. And then the melba toast. So, Maria, I give you a test.
Yeah.
I'm going to crack the melba toast. We're going to take a little bit of the caviar, a little bit
Oh, wow.
of that.
That looks so good.
You tell me what you think of it. Huh?
Okay.
And bon appetit.
Delicious. Here.